Here we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the second watch-along of the season. It's the Robins Report. Owen's here. Tom's here after finishing his fish and chips. How are we doing, Tom? You right?
Yeah, all right, mate. Apologies, everybody. We were supposed to start about 10 minutes ago where Owen was distracting me while I was eating my fish and chips, just casually having a chat, and it kind of run away with us, didn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully, there's not going to be any more running away because I think we're a bit afraid of Derby running away with the game tonight. The teams come out, Tom, and a couple of changes. You expected a couple of changes after Saturday's disappointment, but a bit of a change in the back line, bit of a change maybe in the formation going forward.
Yeah. I feel like we said it a couple of times now. Needs to spark, didn't we? We need to, change it up a bit and go with something fresh and stop being so stuck on way. And I think it's interesting. It's an interesting lineup. See how it goes. And we were talking there before we started, weren't we? Looks like two in behind Alfie at the top, which I find interesting. You mentioned Olinka played there, against MK Dons, you mentioned, didn't you?
Yeah, we went through a little spell,
very
didn't we?
isolated, didn't do a lot. Yeah. We went for that spell, yeah, but something needed to give, and it's given tonight. I mean, big statement dropping Cirques. Keener drops out. Raglan drops out. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, you mentioned Cirques, didn't you? The second game in a row, Cirques hasn't started because of Plymouth. He started, which we were glad about. But kind of, Si mentioned it on the pod, and Si will be joining us soon. He mentioned that a bit worried that Cirques has been rushed back slightly, and I think maybe says a lot that he's not started the last two, not really had much not had much involvement. So I think it's maybe managing him a bit, managing his fitness, managing his match sharpness, and hopefully, Glenn Ray's back in there now. That's interesting. iFollow's going with a 3-5-1-1. Hang on, who's number 34? They reckon Glenn Ray's going to go left centre back. That would be.
Really?
I'm just looking on the iFollow now. They reckon. Again, it's iFollow, so I'm going to take everything with a salt. But Southwood, Taylor, long right centre back, left centre back.
Yeah.
They got Ferry, Perry, Bonds, Olinka, and then Jackson on the right, and then Broom in behind me. That'd be really interesting. But I think it's going to go with those two in behind, like we saw against Bolton at home, like we saw against MK Dons at home, like we saw at Morecambe. But I think the thing at Morecambe was you had Norton on the left, and Olinka on the left. I'm not too sure. Perry's come in for a bit of stick recently. I think he's got to have a good performance because I think people are starting to lose their patience a bit with him. But it's good to see Olinka in the team because he's deserved it, really. He deserved to start based on merit off that. Off the Cambridge game, and it's good to see him. Good to see him starting.
Oh, evening.
Hey,
Evening, Slate.
Lights on or off?
We're having a disco. Got DJ Slate at the bottom.
When I usually record, we're on the iPad.
If you can change them to red, you can keep them on.
I don't think I can. They're not mine, are they? They're Josh's. So, good evening, all. How are we?
Yeah, we're just trying to decipher the team, really.
Well, I've just
team there, so
looking on iFollow. It's not looking great because it looks like Jacko at centre back, which I'm really not a fan of. But then they've also got Glenn Ray at centre back, so that can't be the case, can it?
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Yeah, I've got it different on. See, Sofa Score's got it completely different. Again, they've got Ray left centre backs, Caleb in the middle, Longy on the right, Jacko at right back, Ferry at left back.
Is it too much to ask for them to be 4-2-3-1? Do you reckon?
Is it too much to just go back to 4-4-2?
All right, old man. Oh dear.
We'll see that. It would be a surprise, wouldn't it? Because That's something I can't remember. Any other time we've played 4 at the back is when we're trying to chase a game in the second half.
Yeah.
We've had our hand forced to playing 4 at the back. I mean, there could have been multiple times this season where we could have chosen to start with 4 at the back, but we are so set on this. This is our philosophy. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we said, didn't we? We said on the matchday pod when against Plymouth when the team was announced. Why is he so wedded to this 3 at the back? I know the players have been bought in with that formation in mind. That makes sense, doesn't it? But does it hurt? In a way, and I know we hate the phrase, it's a free hit tonight, so why not try something different? Why not?
I'm all up for trying something different, because we need to get a tune out of these players, because whatever's happened in the last 2 league games hasn't got a tune out of anybody.
I think. Do you know what gives me the hope that it's 4-2-3 run, the 4-2-3-1 rather than 3-5-2, is the fact that May appears to be up front on his own, because I can't imagine Ollie Inca's starting up front.
No,
is he?
I think the only thing I keep thinking back is to that those games earlier on in the season where we played those 2 in behind or 2 wide. Those are inside forwards where Broom was on the right at some time. Which could be a possibility. Yeah, it wasn't our best football. Maybe not the right players there, but it's going to be interesting. Broom stuck at wing back though again, which isn't going to be ideal really. But Ipswich away, he was really good at right wing back, wasn't he? Did a job.
He was. To be fair, Broom has actually looked better as a wing back this season. I hate to say it.
I thought Plymouth did well.
Yeah, he did. Well, he did very well against Plymouth, especially when he was teamed up on so much. He had 2 or 3 men on him every single time, until Jacko got the hang of centre back. So it was rough. It was really rough for Broomy, but I think he's been better as a right wing back this season. Partly because I don't think he's had any help in the middle of the park. So when he has played forward, he's either played too far forward. Who was it against? I think it was MK Dons, where he was consistently ahead of whoever the attacker was that day. And was that when Alfie got injured? MK Dons.
He wouldn't have been playing that game. No, I don't think. No, he got injured after Shrewsbury, didn't he?
That was it. Yeah. So whoever played up front against MK Dons, he was consistently ahead of the main attacker. It was almost like he was playing as a second striker at the time. It was Lloydie, wasn't it? It was Lloydie.
Yeah, of course it was. Yeah.
So it's almost like he's not been able to play his own game. Play his strength as an attacking midfielder with us this season. And as such, when he has played at right wing back, he's had more to do and therefore looked better. So I actually quite like him, but I wouldn't play him there ahead of Jacko. Jacko's been the star of the season for me. He is very much up there for my player of the season, and it would only take. I think there's only 1 or 2 other players, even in with a shout.
I think that's fair shout. We mentioned already previously as well. I saw you said it a few times on the pod about Sirkin. I think that says a lot about.
Sirks has been right up there.
Sorry, I was on about he's not starting again today. That was what I was going to say.
Sorry, yeah.
It feels like we're definitely managing him and maybe trying to get him back a bit too soon.
Yeah, he's been poor since he come back, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Although he was good second half last week. First half, he was absolutely dreadful. He was anonymous against Plymouth. I didn't see the game on Saturday. I know he came off the bench and we looked better with him on the pitch. But then, as is always the case, when you're playing against a team who are 3-0 up, when you improve second half, how much of that is the other team sitting back and accepting that they're so far ahead?
Exactly, yeah. I mean, I put myself through the extended highlights about an hour and a half ago, and I tell you it could have been 5 or 6.
I've barely watched the goals. I saw the goals. Someone posted them on Twitter or Facebook, and I saw them then. And then I watched them on Sunday morning on the Football League show. And that was it. That was more than enough pain to sit through, I think. I just hope... I think we've said it before, haven't we? We've made it clear. It's all about a battle tonight. It's all about performance tonight. if we get something great, and as we all know, I've predicted a 1-0 win. If we get something, then absolutely brilliant. I can't. It will be remarkable. But they are what we would call bonus points, aren't they? Tonight, if we get anything, tonight, as Mark said on Friday, when you get it, obviously, as Mark said on Thursday night, the game at Pride Park isn't going to determine whether we stay up or not this season. So
it's just come at an unfortunate time, really, hasn't it?
Any
other time, if that was sandwiched in between the game, Barnsley, we were expecting a performance again and something to come off the back of the Cambridge game, but we were glad that we got something at Cambridge. All right, we had the draw against Accrington, but we were in a good position at that point. Yeah. But now we're just we've gone straight back into that rut, and back-to-back 4-0 losses is never going to keep the morale very high, is it?
No, it's not. And the game's being over at halftime. Like, you can lose 4-0. Anyway, this is going to sound really bad. You should never lose 4-0. But you can lose 4-0, but there's a way to lose 4-0. So if you're 1-0 or 2-0 down at halftime and then come out second half chasing the game and get picked off, then it's fine. It's annoying, it's frustrating, and no one wants to lose 4-0, but you can accept that. If you're 3-0 down, 4-0 down at half time and the game's already gone, then that's just unforgivable. It really, really is. And it doesn't matter who it's getting. We're all in the same division. I don't care how good Plymouth are. I don't care how good Barnsley are. I don't care how good Derby are. We're in the same division for a reason. We won League 2 seasons ago. We stayed up last season. So we're good enough for this division according to how we did last season. It doesn't matter whether they're massive or not. You still shouldn't be having 4 put on top of you. You shouldn't be 3-0 down at halftime.
No, especially back to back is to a point where it's unacceptable.
Exactly.
What you're saying, mate.
And I can't. Go on.
We mentioned about being that's not happened an awful lot this season.
No, it hasn't.
But to have it back to back, that is when we start to worry, especially about how good our defence has been this season, although makeshift here and there. Again, It looks like another makeshift back line tonight, which again isn't exactly what we need. Potentially haven't got the balance again on the left
we say
side.
that's assuming it's not a 4 at the back, because if it is a 4, then it's a very good 4. It's Jacko Long.
Still lacking the balance on the left.
Caleb. Well, Ferry's on the left, isn't he? So Jacko. I don't think that's too bad. I think that works. I think it works brilliantly. Ferry is a left back, effective. I mean, I know he's only ever played left wing back for us, but he is a left-sided defender. And Caleb, I think, can use his left boot as well. I'll only believe it's a 4 at the back when I see them lining up.
I think I was just looking ahead at Derby's team. I thought I wasn't down as going a 4-2-3-1. David McGoldrick up front. Mendes Lang is obviously going to give Will Ferry another game. You'd imagine. He was absolutely phenomenal. It's just gone off my screen, so I'm going to have.
No, I've got it. I've got it in front of me. You're right. Mendes Lang. He was by far the best player on the pitch at Wadden Road, wasn't he? It wasn't even close. And he was up against Ferry then. And Ferry just did not know how to handle him, did he? He's a player, he shouldn't be playing in League One. No. That's a player that shouldn't be in League One. I don't know, something happened with him at Cardiff, didn't it? And he got let go by them. And I did hear a rumour, I can't remember what it was now, but he got let go by Cardiff, and that's why he's at Derby. And he really shouldn't be. He's a Championship standard player. He shouldn't be in League One, and that's what we're up against.
Same with Goldrick, really. I mean, he didn't even start in the game at Wadden Road, did he? Come off the bench, but a couple of years ago, luckily, he's there to score a screamer against us. He hasn't been playing much. I don't know whether he's got injured, but again, not bad players off the bench either. James Collins, Tom Barkhausen, Curtis Davis. Louis Sibley. It's just
Curtis Davis, a player who's captained the team in an FA Cup final. These are what we're up against.
I forgot they signed Luke McGee as well from Forest Green on loan.
Good side.
Yeah.
Well, Forest Green, they apparently upgraded their keeper, who's actually saved less chances. So this isn't the mock Forest Green pod. It's not, is it?
No.
I mean, we take our chances when we can, but
Not too long till kickoff. Then we've got about 5 minutes left. So, how's on nerves? How's on nerves, gents?
I'm genuinely not bothered.
The flags are out on the pitch.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm genuinely not nervous at all.
No,
Go and
it'll be what
expect
it'll be,
the worst and hope for the best. So, my biggest concern is I follow playing up, because I usually watch it on the iPad because it's usually quite rubbish on my laptop. But I've set it up. I've set my laptop up to the telly, and I'm looking at it now. And so far, no buffering. So fingers crossed, it doesn't start buffering. I've bought the iPad in just in case I have to transfer. But
I've got the iPad. I've got the same setup with Cheltenham. Call me superstitious.
Right there, Tom.
Yeah. Yeah. All good. Team's out in front of me, and I've looked and looked. And it's telling me that it's a 3-5-1-1. I mean,
Yeah, there's no way it's that. There's no way.
I don't know.
I'm living in the hope that we're going 4 at the back.
I mean, a 3-5-1-1 wouldn't be gauged
I'm
around.
thinking it's going to be 5
or a 5-3-1 or whatever.
It's going to be a permanent 5. It's going to be a permanent 5 at the back. 9 behind the ball. Happy days. We'll go on the break. Lob the keeper.
Time.
Charlton 2.0. Happy days. Cheers, guys. 2-0 on the Watchalong.
Yeah, the difference between Derby
we
and
wake
Charlton
up
is
and
that
realise,
Derby can finish their dinner.
Yeah, I can't. Owen distracts me, and then we got to go live. There you go.
I'm gonna put the commentary on.
We're shortly. We are minutes away. We are minutes away, guys. Any last thoughts?
Performance, please.
Yeah. Just repeat what Owen said. We need a performance. That's all I want.
How about yourself, Tom?
Yeah. Don't know. I'll take a ragged draw 1-1, but I'll probably being realistic. The way we've been playing, the way this game is set, I just think it's going to be about 3-4-1. And that's just being honest, you know.
Yeah,
I don't want it to be that.
I don't think anybody would argue with you, Tom, to be honest, because it's been desperate at the minute, hasn't it? It's been 2 dreadful league performances, and it's, you know, we're not. There's no way addressing.
Do you know what I want to see? Do you know what I want to see? No, but all I want to see is us come away from this game, right? And I'd even accept now about it all the time, especially a certain Mr. Allywell. Our performances against the top 6 and how we haven't come away with what we deserved. I'd love to be able to say that tonight. That's all I want.
I agree.
Don't think that's too much. Don't think it's too
Maximum
much to ask, is it?
Yeah, for once, actually get the result our performance warrants.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's fair enough. I think
it'd be interesting to see how far this separated.
Pete Matthews has just said it's a 3 at the back, Jackson on the right, Taylor in the middle, Long on the left. So that's what Pete Matthews has just said on the commentary.
Trying to get the commentary.
Yeah, I mean, that's the 4th different one we've heard now. So
it is.
I think until it kicks off, until it kicks off and we're really if we settle in, I pray to God we do. Then we're going to be looking at, can't we? But then maybe it's a ploy. Maybe they've designed it to 4 or 5 different.
Well, they might just be.
tactics.
I mean, Pete Matthews might just be assuming it's going for the same as last week. You know, it's very difficult to understand, isn't it? Without seeing, like you said, Tom, until we see it, we can't possibly know for certain. So.
No.
Paul Warne, sorry, he's donning that hat, which he always seems to do every game. Wonder whether he's going to be wearing that in the summer. I don't think I've seen the bloke without that hat on. I feel like he's in a position there.
He's I'll tell you what, if he takes
here
him
we
up,
go.
that's a hell of a job, isn't it?
I don't know what that camera is focusing on, by the way, at the minute. He just seems to be focusing on. Is that one of our fitness coaches? I think they think
Do they think it's Wade?
Elliot.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. They think it's Wade.
Leave it. Leave it out. That's a young school lad walking to his spot.
Oh, that team is just ridiculous.
The teams are ready. Are you ready? Let's get ready to rumble.
Well, Broome's looking quite far forward, but then they are just doing the toss, so it's very early days.
I was going to say you haven't kicked off yet.
Very far forward.
Remember we had this last time, right?
Oh yeah,
So
I was slightly ahead last time, wasn't I?
it's going to be interesting to see. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who celebrates first.
Rebecca Welsh refereeing, of course, female referee. I've heard nothing but good things about her as well, to be honest.
Well, it makes you change about a referee, doesn't it?
Yeah, I've not heard a single poor review of her so far.
Right.
I think everyone's saying the same thing, aren't they? They just want honest, hard-working, gritty performance.
Rumi is still quite far forward.
I think you've got to
And don't forget, if you're in the chat, let's hear your thoughts as well. Everybody watching along, let's hear your thoughts. Get involved. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel. We will try and do as much as we can with this. This could be something that we could do regularly. We're underway at Pride Park.
Oh, you're ahead of me then, Tom.
Yeah, I'm about 12.
I'm 4 seconds in.
9, 10, 11, 12.
Ooh,
Yeah, I'm about
on the
5,
good- on
6.
the good stead.
I'm about 5-6 seconds behind.
Yeah. It's never going to be the same, is it?
No. I'll just try and keep quiet.
No cheering.
No spoilers. I mean, I can't promise that anyway. So
Oh, there's Broom on the right.
It depends which way it's going, doesn't it?
yeah,
It's 3 at the back.
yeah, it definitely looks like Jacko right centre back, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, dear God. Why? Just why? I just. Yeah, if we win, then we'll understand why. But
Here we go. Jacko at right back. Yeah, you're right. Perry, right centre back. Longy in the middle.
They look like they're not wanting to mess about Baldy.
Yeah.
they got caught out
Saying
last
that,
time,
do you
didn't they? We scored. What was it? 2 minutes we scored in.
Do you think that? Oh, there we go. First opportunity, McGoldrick. Just a little warning sign, nothing major, but they're not, like you say, they're not hanging around.
I'm gonna see if I can catch up with you. Hang on, because
Yeah,
you
that's
are
fine.
ahead of me.
Saying that, I see Broomy doesn't want to foul him. I know he does.
Decent,
I know he doesn't want
yeah.
to foul him, but he's got to do better there, Broomy.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He's not put up enough.
What are we on?
2 minutes.
What minute? 2 minutes.
2 minutes. 7.
I'm on 2:15.
Oh, yeah, you're about this.
Right, hit pause and then do it again.
I've lost you. Hang on.
Professionalism is always on the Robbins Report, Watchalongs.
Sorry. I'm on 2:38. What are we on?
Yeah, I'm about 2
2:32.
seconds behind you. I can deal with
What a
I'm
palaver.
last again. This happened last time.
that. You were ahead of us all just a second ago. How's it work out?
I know. To be fair,
I saw you drinking Stella, Tom, by the way.
yeah. That's
I'm
how
on-
we
I'm on-
do it on the Robbins Report Watchalong, gentlemen. It
That's how
was
you do
fish and
it.
chips for dinner, bottle of Stella.
I'm on the Doom bar. Oh, excuse me.
Oh, yeah, backfire.
I'll see what the score is at half time to see whether I have to crack open. It could be elation. It could be depression.
Oh, as I tweeted out earlier, I'm gonna be losing my mind in one way or another. So.
Nice to see advertising of Cheltenham on the scoreboards at Pride Park. Of course, it's a racing that's happening in a couple of weeks' time. Not a lot of guys going on, is there, at the minute? It's all
it's a bit bogged down, isn't it?
Yeah.
Alfie's just gonna be chasing shadows all night, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Well, this is the problem, and we're going to be doing that stupid lob it forward football, and
Lincoln won up against MK Dons.
No idea of what we're going to do. Oh, don't say that because I have to update the thing, and
Well, Lincoln won up against MK Dons.
You moaning about keeping up with the work, Tom?
Yes, mate.
These are your ideas.
I'll tell you something now, right? I'm not owning this one. This one's Owen's. This one. He suggested it, so everybody can thank Owen for this. I won't, but there you go.
I'm not having any of that. That's absolutely nothing to do with me. That's balderdash.
Hang on. Oh, hang on. I'm slacking tonight. We started late and I haven't even got the score up. What is going on?
Just to confirm, we are in the first half. We're just under 5 minutes in.
I'm on 5 minutes now.
It's just gone out for a goal kick. It's Cheltenham.
Goal kick Cheltenham, yeah. I'm 5 minutes now as well. Like you said, Owen, Lincoln won it up on MK Dons. Be one to keep an eye on.
We could do with Lincoln winning that one just to keep MK Dons below us.
We're going to have a little check on the...
I didn't realise they were playing that.
Because it's getting a bit shaky around there, isn't it?
I said that, though. I said that last week. And this is what I was saying today.
It does mean again
at work.
Sorry, Tom, go on.
No, I was just going to say, I was speaking to a guy at work who always sees me wearing my Cheltenham shirt in the office, and he was kind of like, "Oh, how did Cheltenham get on the weekend?" I gave him a positive, an honest answer. I won't repeat it on here. And I was kind of like, the worst thing about it is, I said we could be in trouble of no fault of our own at the end of this game tonight. You know, we could have put two battling performances in, didn't get the result, and we could be in trouble. But flip side of it, we could be in trouble tonight, and it'll be our own fault, which is the most annoying thing.
Yeah, don't. I mean, after this, I don't know whether Accrington are playing this week in the week, but they'll have 2 games in hand on us. Which again, it's one of them, innit? It's whether you want teams to, whether you want to have the games played, or whether
exactly.
I think you'd rather have points on the board with the games played, I guess, because then somebody's chasing you, and I'd rather somebody chase us because the pressure's then on them. But there's looking ahead more than this game, isn't there? Against after Derby, it's Fleetwood, which again isn't going to be a pushover. Then you got Lincoln on the Tuesday night, again not going to be a pushover, but 2 massive home games, isn't it?
They're the games that will keep us up,
exactly,
or see us go down. You know, as we said earlier, tonight's game isn't going to keep us up or send us down. It's the Fleetwoods and the Lincolns, and when we play them, the Burtons, the Forest Greens, who have got Accrington on Saturday, of course.
Yeah, the thing is as well, though, we've got 2 home games coming up, and at the minute, home games are our worst nightmare because they're not joyful at all at the minute. So
home games on a Saturday, especially.
Yeah, exactly.
That stat just baffles me.
One thing I will mention, actually. Morecambe Bolton on Saturday, 12:30 kickoff, right? So there's one chance of a result, right? Then you've also got, like Si said, Accrington and those lot up the road. Cambridge are at home to Portsmouth. Lincoln at home to Oxford. And then on the Tuesday night, you've got Cambridge at home to Morecambe. So if we do like there's an opportunity Saturday, Tuesday, 2 solid home performances and wins. We could be right out of this again.
Yeah, ultimately it's in our own hands at the moment. And whilst it remains in our own hands, that's all that matters. You know, it's when it gets taken out of our hands that it becomes a problem.
Exactly. And I feel like for the past 2 months has maybe no reaction. I'm not too sure. I'm going into March. Last month or so, we've been relying on results below us and the teams below us being so.
I think since December, I honestly do. We didn't win in January. We've only got the 1-1 in February.
Since
since we beat Shrewsbury. Well, Shrewsbury was a couple of days after Boxing Day, but since we beat Shrewsbury, we have been dependent on other teams doing us favours, and we can't go the rest of the season depending on other teams. We have to start. We need to put a run of form together. We need just 3 or 4 positive results just to keep us clear of that line.
Yeah. We're actually in their half for once, guys, by the way, for those who are watching along.
Yeah, we've almost made it 10 minutes now, so it's not been too bad. I wouldn't say we've quietened them down, but we've their fast start is David Godrett is disgusting. We've been okay.
Here we go. This is where we got to be quick. This is where we got to be quick now. Turnover ball, Olyinka to Perry. This is where we've got to be quick. Look at the Jets.
Well, lucky Will Ferry. He's done a good effort there.
Yeah, he did. Ferry was right there.
Well, we've done better than we did Saturday because 5 minutes was the great time they scored. So we made it another 5 minutes for a goal. 10 more minutes and we would have made it 20. Keep knocking them down. As Wade mentions, I'm sure everyone loves it. It's about each half. I think it's about each 5 minutes at the minute. So
that was that. I know Wade's been saying it a lot, but that was a Duffy mantra, wasn't it?
We've always been like that since Duff's come in.
Yeah. A half at a time. Win the halves. Halves.
Good strength, Bonds.
He looks interested, Bonds.
Yeah. Nice.
Having a good bit of possession here.
Oh, I don't know. Olyinka's looking lively as well.
Yeah.
Get between the teeth. Go on.
Such a poor ball.
Oh, yeah, that was unlucky.
You can hear the Cheltenham fans.
We got our best thing though, boys. We got a corner. Yippee!
It needs to be one of those, like as Mark Halliwell describes it.
Yeah.
But
left one raised.
Our first header of our first league goal scored by a head was done against Derby at home. Can we get our first league goal from a corner against Derby away? That'd be a good start, wouldn't it?
Oh, that's a dreadful corner.
Written in the stars.
Oh yeah, that was a dreadful corner.
Even worse after that.
Oh my days!
We managed to do it there. We just lobbed it straight back to their goal mouth. That's fine.
You got ahead of me again.
Yeah, I have. I pressed live. It got me a bit nice.
Do you know one thing? Do you know? Do you know what annoys me though? That annoys me the most, right? With corners, you've got to beat the first man. There's no excuse not to beat the first man.
No.
Or put someone on the first man. Just put someone ahead of them, so that they can flick the ball on. Because when a ball is flicked on, my uncle is insane for this. He's always on it. If you flick the ball on, then you can attack it in the box, and no one knows where it's going to go once it's been flicked on. So just flick the ball, just put someone on that front man and flick the ball on. That being said,
Yeah.
We try and do that from throw-ins, and we're useless at that, aren't we? So.
But it's so far so positive, you know.
Yeah, we're doing all right. We're getting there. 13 minutes in. They're only attacking them, aren't they? Oh, Ollie and Kurt. Oh,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Glenn Ray. Hopefully, he's going to come in and provide that bit of calmness as well.
Yeah, that experience that we
The
need.
erraticness you sometimes get with that. Not about actually erraticness with Elliot Bonds was the wrong thing. Maybe the lackadaisicalness you get with Elliot Bonds.
Yeah, I think if Bonds is off it, Ray
Yeah.
will be able to back him up.
Well, long speed easy there. Derby corner.
You can't. There's no excuse for Longy there, and he's having a pop at Ollie Inca. I don't think you can.
We seem to struggle with the press, don't we? We against Barnsley,
There's a lot of players in our yard box at this corner. Oh, yeah. It's been blown back. Whistle blown before the corner's in play. It's going to be another chance for corner.
Yeah. Well, I'm at 14:07.
Southwood, isn't it? There's nobody on that man on the front post. I mean, Glenn Ray is there, but there's nobody on him. Just get out to him now. That's it. That's it. Stop him from playing. Force him back down. Good play. Too easy there, Perry. Oof.
This is the problem when we're sitting. We win the ball back. We've got nowhere to go with it. Nowhere to go with it.
Oh, that's great, then, referee. Done well there.
That's funny. Pete Matthews just said the same thing.
Yeah. We dealt well with that corner. They did a short corner, which we know we hate. So, but they dealt with it well. They stopped the ball from getting in, kept forcing them backwards, kept trying to come, kept forcing them backwards again. Keep frustrating them, calm it down. 15 minutes in, not too bad, not too bad. That's a wasted free kick. Yeah, that's poor from Ray.
I don't know. He was under pressure.
Yeah, but
he's sort of like just trying to get it out to him, wasn't he?
Just testing. Is my audio much better now?
Yeah,
we can hear you clearly. Yeah.
Brilliant.
I think you have a slight delay with us coming through, but I think it's probably understandable with your because you're streaming everything. So
yeah.
Southwood taking his time at the goal kick. We love it. Oh, lucky mate. Good bit of pressing Ollie Inca. That's why I don't mind having somebody like Ollie Inca and Perry up there if they're going to press defenders.